We want to welcome everybody to the Vault and live from the Vault. This is the Grit and Grind Sports Show and Podcast. Well, Daryl.
Yeah.
We've been saying this since the first week of this podcast
Yeah.
sports show. That last Friday was what day?
D-Day.
It's D-Day.
October 29th. We called it. We said it was D-Day for a lot of these teams in the local area. Some teams showed up. Some teams didn't.
Some teams got here.
Some teams did. So we're going to go over a lot of stuff tonight, Sean, but
This is a big show.
this is a big show. So we need to go ahead and get started with the show.
Well, Daryl, let's go ahead and start like we always do every week. Tell me, who was the Grit Player of the Week this week?
Well, my grit player this week is coming out of Princeton. It is
Bulldogs.
Paul Edens, outside linebacker for the Bulldogs. Also, he's the quarterback. They played against North Johnson. In this game, he had 7 solo tackles, and total, he had 66 total tackles. And he was number 5, and he's a senior for them, and he is all over the field. And as you see the video of Paul, you can see how he just swarms straight to the ball every time.
I mean, he's locked in.
Yeah, he's locked in. He's totally locked in.
Straight to the quarterback.
Every time. So he gets that grit player of the week from me. So, Sean, who's that grind player of the week?
Well, the Ground Player of the Week this week comes out of the team that we didn't pick to win,
Right.
but sometimes you take that motivation of,
Yeah.
the host not picking you to win, and you said last week,
Yeah.
throw the record books out of the out of the closet.
That Bun-Lewisburg game.
Throw it out.
Throw it out. Don't even look at the record.
Don't look at the records. It means nothing.
Nothing at all.
This is a rivalry game of two towns that's, 10, 15 minutes apart?
At least.
5 minutes?
Yep.
That just don't like each other.
Don't like each
We
other.
call it the Battle of Highway 39.
There you go.
And so my prayer goes to Ladavius Bowden of Bun,
Okay.
who is the running back, senior. He carried his team. I mean, we might as well just go ahead and spoil it. He carried his team
Yeah.
to the playoff
Yeah.
on his back.
Yeah.
Right now, he has 376 yards total yards rushing,
Mm-hmm.
6 TDs on the season. This was a game that he knew that this could be my last game playing
Yeah.
as a Wildcat for Bud.
As a Wildcat.
And he said, I didn't hear no whistle. One more game.
One more game. That's all he
And
wanted.
he carried him.
Carried
Put
him right
up
on through.
40-12.
Wow.
And this was a Bun team that last week we
Well,
pretty much,
we said it. That Bun team went to Roanoke Rapids a couple weeks ago and almost beat Roanoke Rapids.
they almost beat him.
And
In Roanoke
in
Rapids.
Roanoke Rapids. So it was a good chance. We said Lewisburg had a good chance to winning this game. We both picked Lewisburg.
We both did.
But
I said convincingly.
yeah,
they
you
would
did
win.
say convincing.
So,
I said it was going to be close.
I did it again.
Yeah, you did again.
Like always.
Yeah, but I know that rival, and I know when them two teams get together, you
It means something.
it means something. You can throw the record books out
Like Southern Northern.
every
When
time.
they get together, it means something.
Every
That's
time.
my grind player of the week. Ladavius Bowden. I mean, he carried him to the
Yeah,
playoffs
he carried too.
on his 2 feet and his back.
Now, normally we would do a grit team of the week and a grind team of the week,
We would.
but this week, Sean,
Can I say one thing?
go
Doug?
ahead and say it.
What a good week to be a Bulldog. if
You
you
got
from
it.
Nash Central.
If you Nash Central, you are celebrating right now because you did what needed to be done. So this week, we are giving Nash Central the grit and grind team of the week.
Team of the week.
And we're going to give out some shout outs to their seniors, some of their senior players.
They
Sean.
said one more game.
They wanted one more game, and they got it.
Timothy Holiday, running back, cornerback. Justice Stanton, running back. Raekwon Fernandez, free safety. Devondre Vick, middle linebacker. Naquavius Boone, outside linebacker. DeCorius Wilkins, defensive end and the tight end. Christian Ramirez, kicker and the punter. Braxton Manning, he is the middle linebacker. Kamir Sherrod, guard defensive tackle. Caleb House, he's the center. And Xavier Whitaker, the tackle. And shout out to Coach Lee and staff over
Yeah,
there.
they did what they had to do. And we've been preaching this for the last 3 weeks with this team. Do your job,
Number one,
listen to your coaches,
stay focused.
and stay focused.
That's all you got to do.
That's all you got to do. And give yourself a chance.
And what we said since that game when you told them, you burned that
Oh,
tape.
yeah, you burn that. You get rid of that. And that's
You said, get refocused,
there you go.
go to Bun and win.
And win.
They did that.
Yeah.
We said, go to Lewisburg and win.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Lewisburg came to them.
Right.
They had a little letdown, lost by 2 points.
Yeah.
Not a bad loss.
Not a bad loss.
And we still kept saying,
Get refocused. You're going up to Roanoke Rapids.
it's not over.
It's not over.
It's-
Battle I-95.
It's exactly about
and,
I-95.
and they went up there and they worked as a team and did their job and was able to come out with a win. And then they're sitting in the playoffs in a good position.
In a good seat.
In good seat.
And Darren, while we even talking about about Dash Central, go ahead and tell them what did they gain last week when they left Roanoke Rapids?
They gained the confidence going into the playoffs for one. And that's what you want.
That's what you want.
Yeah, you want to have that confidence that you know that you won 2 games to get you in the playoffs. And then you're a good seed and that you're going to be playing at home.
You get to host a home
You get
game.
host a home game.
And if the chips fall the way the chips may fall, let's say the team that's in the bracket above them, which we'll be talking about on the playoff show later on.
Yeah.
If the lower seed lose, you get to host 2 home games.
Get to host 2 home games.
And you don't have to hit the road to the 3rd game.
And so you can control your own destiny at this point.
Control your own destiny.
And so, Sean, you know what? I'm thinking we might need to go to Nash Central on Friday night.
I think we need to
show a little support.
We need to show out there to the Bulldogs.
Yeah, just give them a little support.
Little support.
Yeah. So
Grit and Grind will be on the road this Friday night.
Just give them a little support.
Little support out there at the Bulldog Stadium.
So,
Southern, Northern, Rocky Mountain, we coming your way too.
And as we're talking, we also want to recognize some of the other teams in the area that was conference winners. We just spoke about Nash Central. They wound up winning the 2A Big East Conference champions. Northern Nash became the 3A Big East Conference champions.
Hunt out of Wilson became the Quad City 3A Conference champions.
Mm-hmm.
West Craven out of the Eastern Plains Division became the 2A Conference champions. That new 6, tough conference over there.
Yeah, that's very tough.
Very deep.
Yep.
Princeton became the 2A champions out of that conference, and they went undefeated.
Undefeated.
And we'll talk about them in the playoff show. Well, this is an easy one.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to count it down. And you know by now, every week if you watch, when we count it down, you know what to say.
Yep.
Look at your TV, look at your smart device, your phone. Say it with us. 1, 2, 3. Tarboro became the Fall River 1A Conference champs. And now the Roanoke Conference, this 1A, is Northampton County.
Yeah.
And we said it last week.
Yeah.
Those 2 teams right there, they're on a crash course to beat each other.
Yeah, because Northampton County has been doing everything that they got to do to get to this position. And Tarboro has already been there.
They've been there.
So it's just a matter of time for them two to meet up.
They're on the collision course right now.
So we're going to be talking about them in the playoff show later on.
Please stay tuned for that show. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's the part of the show that we've been talking about it since the first week we came on air. That one day.
Yeah.
That one, well, for us, it's that one special show for us.
Yeah.
But for most teams and coaches, it's not a special day.
No, not at all.
Darryl, can you tell me what that day is?
That day is Inventory Monday.
Darryl, tell me a little bit about this Inventory Monday. People been hearing, I was out in the street last week.
Yeah.
Everybody was telling me, we keep hearing y'all talk about Inventory Monday. Monday. Tell me, what is Inventory Monday?
Well, Inventory Monday is basically that Friday when you play your last game.
That last one.
At the high school.
Uh-huh.
You're a senior. And you got to turn that uniform in. And you got to turn them pads in.
I've been there many days.
That helmet. And that may be the last time that you play organized football.
That may be the last time.
That may be it. From Pop Warner all the way to high school, you've been playing football.
You've been playing it.
And you got to turn that uniform in. You got to turn that helmet in. It's Inventory Monday.
It's Inventory Monday.
And unfortunately, your team didn't make the playoffs during the regular season. Now, don't get me wrong. Other teams will be turning in. It may just be next week.
2 weeks from now?
Yeah.
Could be after a state championship game.
It could be. But you're going to have to do an Inventory Monday.
Everybody got to do it.
Everybody got to do it. And when we talk about Inventory Monday, what we want to concentrate on is the positive of the Inventory Monday, not the negative. Because everybody in life is going to have issues, going to have problems. Things going to come up.
You're going to get knocked down.
You're going to get knocked down. But do you stay down? That's the question.
Or do you get back up?
Or do you get back up? And what we're talking about in this segment of Inventory Monday is finding out the teams that got knocked down this season, but has a chance to get back up.
And you build on it.
And you build on that.
You build on it.
We're going to point out some of the games they should have won.
We are.
It might have been lost by a touchdown, a couple points here
Field goal,
penalty
late in the game.
Late in the game could have cost you. Those games are the ones that you got to look at and say, you know what? If we would have done A, B, C, or D, we could be in the playoffs right now.
We could be playing one more game.
And so that's what we're going to focus on with Inventory Monday. So it's not nothing negative. It's just pointing out where you're at, a truthful reflection of your team right now, but where you can be next year.
To get to the playoffs. Because that should be the goal. Once you come out, spring OTAs, some OTAs, the coach preaches from that first OTA meeting.
Yeah.
Our goal is to win the state championship.
State every time.
As you get deeper into the season, you start looking at your record.
Right.
It goes from winning a state championship to our goal is let's make it to the playoffs
Make it
and
to the
give
playoffs.
ourselves a chance.
Give ourselves a chance.
That's all we want to do.
Yep.
If we just do what we got to do to get in,
Yep.
we, like you said about Nash Central,
Yeah.
they did what they had to do to get in. Now they control their own
You know,
destiny.
now they can control. Now they're in the second phase.
Right.
You
And
know.
that's what these coaches start preaching in the season as the records start
Mhm.
changing. You start taking a couple losses here, a couple wins there.
Right.
You know, we had a goal to state championship.
Yeah.
Now let's have a goal of getting to the playoffs. And then, because when you get in the playoffs, whatever that record says,
Yeah.
it means nothing no more. It's 0-0.
Everybody's 0-0.
So we're going to go through these teams, Daryl, and it's the favorite show, Inventory Monday,
All right.
and we're going to talk about them
All
and
right,
let them
Sean.
know.
So who's the first team you got on the list?
First team on the list, this one right here hurts me to death because this one hits home. This
Okay.
hits home for me.
All right.
My Bedford Bruins,
Yeah.
2-6 overall. One win came from the forfeit by Hunt.
Mm-hmm.
1-4 in the new 6 conference, so they was at the second to the bottom place of that conference.
Yeah.
I'll go through the games. First game on the 20th to fight,
Mm-hmm.
40-0. Got to win next week because Hunt had to forfeit that game to them.
Okay. Yeah,
There's
that was
some
that
things going
forfeit
on.
game.
Next game in conference, Green Central, 38-6. Goldsboro on October the 1st, 12-7.
That's the game.
That's the one I highlight.
That's what we're talking about right there. 12-7.
You was in that game.
You are in the game.
And
You
let me-
got to find a way to win.
Let me tell you what happened to that game. They led going, they was tied going into the final minutes of the fourth quarter, but then they got a penalty. That penalty pushed them out of field goal range.
Mm.
They could have won the game, and they had to go for a 2-point
Mental
conversion.
mistakes.
That's a mental mistake.
Mental mistakes.
That's something you work on right now.
Yeah.
You start on that right now.
You can work on that, and that's what you tell your team. You know, you let the players. You see what you got coming back,
Right.
and you get refocused.
You get refocused.
You get back into the playbook. You get in the weight room. You do the small things that you got to do because it just takes 1 or 2 plays
That's all it takes.
and you out
And-
or you in.
And the change of the system, it changed the whole dynamic.
Whole dynamic.
They fumbled the ball in that game.
Yeah.
You take away that fumble, that's a win.
That's a win. So you got to win there.
Next one, North Johnson, 21-20, lost by 1 point. That's the one they got the penalty in the fourth quarter. They had to go for the
Another
2-point
mental
conversion.
mistake.
That's a mental breakdown.
A mental breakdown.
But you can fix that.
That's fixed. All of this is fixed.
All this stuff is fixable.
Yeah.
This is nothing that we cannot be fixed.
Right.
Next game, conference game, Eastern Wayne, 27-6. Eastern Wayne, they rolling through this
Yeah.
conference.
Yeah. They rolled pretty much.
That's one of the ones you say it's a toss-up.
Mhm.
We go out there, we give it our all,
Right.
and we hope at the end of the day that the football gods
Yeah.
give us the win.
That's it.
Next one, Princeton, 49-0.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a blowout.
That's
That
a- they
'cause
undefeated.
Princeton rolling.
They rolling.
You can't do nothing with that.
They on a mission right
Yeah.
now. Last game, they won.
Okay.
Spring Creek, 40-14.
And I saw that score, and that's something that you build off of. If you Bentonville,
You build off
take
that game.
and you say, okay, fellas, you see what you did. Now this is what we can build off of for next season
To get us ready.
to get us ready. Get in the weight room. Do what you got to do in the classroom to stay
in
on the
them books.
team.
Stay in them books.
Do what you got to do to get refocused to get ready for next season.
If you're not going to wrestle, play basketball, you know what you do then, Darryl?
What's that?
You take one day out the week.
Yeah.
Back when we played, you had to go to the coach's office,
Mhm.
ask to borrow the VHS tape
Yeah.
for people who don't know what
'cause-
VHS is.
VHS. Yeah, definitely.
Go in that little back room,
Hmm.
find some cart with a TV and a VCR,
There you go.
and you and your buddies, you watch the game.
You watch the game.
And you take notes of what you made
Right.
mistakes at.
Right.
They take notes of what they made mistakes at. And then you work on that next season.
That's it.
But guess what? They don't got to do that.
Mm-mm.
They can go on any website out here on
Yep.
the internet and they can watch a game.
And that's all they got to do.
And Bentonville, you build off that one win.
Off that one win.
Because
So,
if you put up 40 points,
yeah,
that means now the offense is clicking.
it's clicking. So you just got to keep that motivation going to next season.
You take it to the spring
Just take
OTA.
it. That's all you got to do. All right. What's the next team, Sean?
Our
Who's on
next
that list?
team,
Who you got?
we getting ready to get.
Uh-oh.
Whenever I do this, you know what
Uh-oh.
means this.
What we got?
If you live in this town, you heard me say this. Turn your TV, your smartphone, your camera, your tablet, however you watch the Grit and Grind Sports podcast, please turn up. The next team, the Lewisburg Warriors.
Ooh.
5-3
This one hurt.
overall. 5-3 overall.
Yeah.
1-3 in conference play.
That hurts. That hurts.
Rocky Mount Prep, we've been through these scores, 54-0.
Yeah.
Warren County, 42-12. Kilp Pride,
Mm-hmm.
37-14. Eastern Chapel Hill High School, 52-0. All of those, I'm going to draw a line right here, Lewisburg, are non-conference games.
Right.
Let's go into conference play. 3A, Franklinton Rams, 21-6. That's a game that you're in.
Yeah. You
And
in that game.
And that's a game that probably next year,
They're going to win.
they're going to win that game.
They're going to win that
They're going to win that
Yeah.
game. I'm going to give them that one.
Yeah.
Roanoke Rapids, 14-8.
That's
That's a conference game.
good chance. Again, small plays here and there.
That's all it takes.
That's all it takes.
Small plays here and there.
Yeah.
And that's one you can flip.
You can flip.
Nash Central, 14-12. They
That-
won that one.
They won
They
that
won
one.
that one.
They won it.
And you was on the road in that
Mhm.
game. You was on the road
On the
in that
road,
game.
had a chance, and they did it.
They did it. Here's the one that hurts them. Bun,
Yeah.
40-12.
That was a tough one because the thing was
They were dead last in the conference.
you played Bun, and last week you was in
You was in, and Bun was
the
out.
playoffs, and Bun was out, and now Bun wins
And take the 32 seed.
and take that 32.
Take that last
It's
seed.
just that simple, and it goes back to what you were saying earlier, the scheduling, but also is the games. You
the
you
games.
just said one game that they was only what 12-7 or
14-12, they beat Nash Central.
Right.
One was Franklinton, 21-6.
21-6.
That's one you can probably get next
You're right.
year.
You can get.
But also with Lewisburg. And I mean, I'm not going to, Lewisburg, I know right now, I'm getting booed all over that town.
Yeah.
I'm not going to
Yeah.
beat them dead horse. So I got, I asked them, I questioned, who have you played?
Right.
Now I'm going to question you, when you make your schedule next season, beef up your non-conference games. That's what determines your
Yeah.
playoffs.
Yeah.
The strength of the teams you lost
Yeah. That's true.
and the teams you beat. And the teams they beat, all of 1A schools.
Yeah.
Rocky Mount Prep, they're not going.
No.
Warren County is going with a losing record.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kilp
And I
Pride-
don't understand that one. So
Well, everybody in 1A gets to go because they don't have enough to field the old bracket.
okay. All right. That makes sense.
Kilp Bride is going,
Okay.
and Eastern Chapel Hill, they didn't win no game this season, so they're not going.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
find some other people to play.
You got to.
I mean, and honestly, I also can blame it on the association.
Yeah.
Because if you want to make this conference favorable for Roanoke Rapids, Bun, Nash Central, Lewisburg, create the Big East 2A. You can put Southwest Edgecombe in. You can put them out the Eastern Plain Conference.
Yeah.
Put them in the conference. Lewisburg, Bun, Nash Central, Roanoke Rapids would stay.
Mm-hmm.
You can pull Hereford County out of the conference they're in up there in the coast.
Yeah.
Bring them to that conference. And you can add Betterfield out of the new 6, pull them to that conference.
And you just got that.
You got a whole conference
You
right
got a whole
there.
conference right there.
Where
It's. I mean, it can
It can
be
be
done.
done.
It can be done. But also, with that, with the conferences moving this, moving that, it
You-
also goes back to just a couple games.
stay focused.
Just stay focused again.
Do your job.
Do your job, and give yourself a chance.
Because yes, I beat Lewisburg up 2 weeks ago.
Right.
But 5-3. When I saw this, I was upset.
Yeah, because I'm thinking Lewisburg should be in
They
the
should be
playoffs
in because we
at
got
5-3.
we got teams in the playoffs.
That's 2-7.
That's 2-7.
Yeah.
Lewisburg should have that spot. But they looked at who they played in
Right.
non-conference, and when they do the factoring, they say we can't give it to you.
And they couldn't do it.
They can't give it to you. Look at Bun. They play some hard teams non-conference.
And Bun is in at
To the-
3-7.
That last seed.
That's, all right, what's the next one, Sean? Who
Next
we
one
got
down.
next?
We're gonna go to the Quad City.
Uh-oh, Quad City.
This is the team. They had a letdown this year.
Yeah.
They've been making the playoffs on a regular basis.
Mm-hmm.
That CBA caught out of Pikeville to go to Falcons.
Yeah. And that was that.
One of
that
they
one.
overall, 1-5 in the Quad City Conference.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, 2-5 in the Quad City Conference.
Yeah.
Because they won the last game. Rosewood, 27-26, 1A school.
Mm-hmm.
That's a rival.
That's a rival.
That's one you got to take. Those 5 points, you got to take
Right,
that.
yeah, you got to win that
You
one.
got to win that one.
You got to find because you had the whole summer, spring ball, summertime, getting ready for the season, first game of the year. You got to win that game.
You got, especially as a 1A Rosewood.
right.
And Rosewood is deep, is high up in the
Yeah.
playoffs. So they're not. I'm not slouching because they're 1A school and they're not a good school. Rosewood is a good school.
Yeah.
Next one, Eastern Way, 2A school,
You're right.
47-20. That's another rival.
Yeah, that's a rival.
You got to win that one. Next one was a call-in COVID game. They had their people. That game that they supposed to play got canceled. Southern Nash game got canceled.
Right.
So they made a game.
They made a game of it. So
That's one right there. That's one.
and I'm gonna say one game to go
43-8.
further down is that South Johnson game back on October the 1st.
36-35. They won that one.
They lost that one.
They lost that. Okay.
Yeah, they lost that one 36-35.
I was thinking about the West Johnson
Yeah,
game.
lost job. That's 1 point game. Again, doing what you're supposed to do,
Doing your job.
doing your job, cut
Listen
down
to
on the penalties.
Listen to the coaches and ADs.
Right. So you got 2 games right there that you should have won, but you lost by 1 point.
I got another one I can throw out there.
Yeah.
East Wake.
Why?
They're in the playoffs.
Why did you lose the
They're
East?
in the playoffs. You should have had that spot.
Now, let me say something about CBA Cup.
Okay.
Now, you said it earlier. This is a team that's normally not in this inventory Monday.
No, they have been in my inventory Monday list in 5-6 years.
That's what I'm saying. So, 2019, because I'm not going to talk about last season, but 2019, CBA Cup was 7-5 in the league,
Air raid
3-3,
offense.
and they was 4th in the conference. This is still a good program.
This is a good program over there.
Program, but they have to understand, okay, we got a young team. We losing some seniors this year. We got to get these juniors and sophomores coached up
We got to get
for
them
next
focused.
season because we got games that we can actually win and come back next year, and we can be sitting in the playoffs.
I flipped that thing. I flipped the record. You take the Rosewood game,
Mm-hmm.
the East Wake, and the South Johnson.
Yep.
They're 5-4, and guess what they doing next Friday? They got a
playing.
playoff game.
They got a playoff game.
They're on the road, but they got a playoff game. And then once again, it goes back to what you always say: you control your own destiny.
You control.
You just got to get in.
Just get in and give yourself a chance. And CBA
Stay in the
Cup.
books.
Yeah.
Watch film tape.
There you go.
Hit the weight room.
Yep.
Do what you got to do to get back in the playoffs next season.
And I got a good feeling CBA Cot's going to be right back there next year.
Oh yeah, they'll be back there
Yeah.
next year. But that Quad City Conference, that's a deep, hard.
That's deep.
That's deep, and it's a hard conference.
All right, Sean, we getting close to that time. So how
Let's-
many we got left?
We got about maybe 3 more left.
All
You
right.
got Southern Wayne Saints 1-8, 0-6. Eastern Wayne 40, they lost 40-22. Beat Goldsboro 20-14. Lost to North Lenore, West Johnson Hunt, East Wake, South Johnson, Triple S Spike, and CBA Cop.
Let me say something about Southern Wayne.
Tell me about the Saints.
Southern Wayne this season only has 7 seniors on this football team. 7.
Uh-huh.
This is a very young Southern Wayne's team. In the past couple of years, they have had some losing records. And Southern Wayne program has to re-identify who they are.
That's the key word.
And I looked at Southern Wayne, and from 2004 to 2007, this team was averaging 9 wins.
That's good. That's good.
That was good. They got to find out what was that formula they had at that time back in 2007. And don't get me wrong, I understand players make a big difference.
They make a big difference.
They make a big difference. But coaching up kids makes a big difference as well. If they can find out what they did back then to be 9-5 in 2007, to get back, because this program has been losing a lot in the last 10 years. And I don't know if it's the administration. I don't know if it's not enough kids playing. I don't know the situation down there.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to be committed to football, then you got to start from scratch.
You got to build a
figure
foundation.
out what it is that is causing us to lose like this,
Right.
and get refocused and give us a chance. Because, like you said, there is games that they can actually win. But this team right here is very young. With only 7 seniors on this team,
That's a young team.
that's a very young team. So what you can do is coach up the guys you got on the sophomores and juniors, coach them up for next year,
Okay.
and get them ready for the season. And I honestly feel that these coaches can do it down at Southern Wayne.
It can be done. Next one, #Go Chargers, Aiden Griffin. Another team in the 2A that makes the playoffs.
All the time.
They just got put in a bad division.
Yeah.
When you got Southwest Edgecombe, West Craven, all them in
Yeah.
that division,
It's hard.
that's hard.
Yeah, it's very hard.
But it's a team that can get back next
Yeah.
season. Farmville Central, 2-7, 0-5. Once again, another team, Darryl.
Yeah.
They in that division with Southwest Edgecombe, Aiden
Yeah.
Griffin, all them. West Craven, that's just a hard division to be
That's a
in.
hard division.
That's
to
a
be in.
hard division.
Hard division.
And I mean, they've been down a lot. My thing to Farmville Central is your population is smaller than
Mhm.
Tarboro. Make a petition to the association.
Yeah.
And tell them maybe you should reconsider reclassifying us to a 1A school.
Yeah.
I know you don't want to do that because it hurts you in the long run. But when your population is smaller than Tarboro, you need to be reclassified.
Yeah, you need to be reclassified.
North Johnson, the Panthers, 2-7, 2-2. They ain't that new 6 conference.
Yeah, I'm gonna say they're in that new six conference.
That's
so
just a tough conference
it's
over there.
and I think it's gonna take them some time to adjust to that conference and get their feet stable a little bit as far as that conference go.
Spring Creek Gators, they ain't that new 6.
I was gonna say Spring Creek is in that same conference.
And that's one of those schools, your population is low.
Right.
Maybe you need to petition to the association, get us reclassified as a
Right.
1A school.
Yeah.
I don't know the process there. It could be a long paperwork, long drawn out process.
Right.
But if I'm sitting at AD and I'm seeing that we're losing these games by 41-0, 50-0, 70-0, 64-0, 40-14,
That's a lot.
we need to be reclassified.
Yeah.
Because the division we're in,
It's not working.
it's not
for us.
working.
Yeah.
South Lenore, 2-7, 0-6. Then that East Central Conference with Kinston, North Lenore, and all them.
Yeah.
That's another tough conference. And that's another school.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe reclassification.
Reclassification.
And just think about it.
Yeah.
Do we have the enrollment to stay in a 2A division? And our last one on Inventory Monday, right here in our own backyard,
yeah.
Rocky Mountain Prep.
Yeah.
0-8, 0-7 in Toronto Conference.
Yeah. It's just
It's just hard.
it's just tough.
I mean, that's a school that they are a traditional basketball powerhouse.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say.
You know,
There's basketball season for them.
that's basketball season.
Yeah.
They just do football on the field, but they're a basketball powerhouse.
Yeah, basketball. Well, all right, Sean. So we went over our first annual Inventory Monday, and like we said, this is not bagging down on the teams, but
No.
more so showing where you are at
And how to get to the next step.
get to the next step. And so our next episode, we're going to be talking about the playoffs coming up next. And Sean, you want to tell them about that?
Please tune in on YouTube and go by our Facebook page. It'll tell you all the information you need to get to our YouTube website, which is the Grit and Grind Sports Podcast. Me and Darryl will be sitting right here breaking down the playoff games, everything talking to 1A, 2A, and 3A playoffs right here in the state of North Carolina on the east side. Tune in on YouTube for that show. We want to thank everybody for tuning in to the Grit and Grind Sports Podcast and show today. And like always, Darryl,
You got the grit?
do you have the grind? And we'll see you next week on the Grit and Grind Sports Show and Podcast.